is 10:31 on this 10th day of May. Dallas Mart's in front of me now. How are we doing today, man?
I am doing absolutely wonderful. It's baseball season,
It's baseball season with the NCBA, the River Dragons. It's exciting to be at Lloyd Hopkins Field this month.
Yeah, Marquette and Lewis and Clark's been a good warm-up act. McKinney University was a good warm-up act for the field this spring. But, we've got the NCBA Division II World Series. It starts a week from, Wednesday? A week from Friday. Wow. And then about a week after that on May 19th, we'll look here in a minute, but about a week after that, the following Friday, Division I will start. So big couple weeks, and then the national championship game for Division I is June 1st, and then our home opener is June 2nd for the River Dragons. So it's here.
Remember how to breathe in the next 2 weeks.
No kidding.
Hey, Jinx, look at that. We're on the same page today.
Right.
With that being said, though, how cool is it to know that you're going from college to high school playing there, then you're bringing in this big organization in the NCBA and having both divisions play, then having your a professional baseball team in literally a month? I mean, it really is. That's very, very impressive.
Well, thank you. It's been a whirlwind. It's been a lot of people's help and support. I can't say enough of how great the NCBA has been to work with over the last. We started working together, I think, it was back in November, and then our communication is almost every day now, getting ready for the start of Division II, and we're excited about having the 8 schools for Division II coming in. And I just wanted to go over this list because we've got some impressive organizations coming in with their club baseball teams. The first one right off the bat is the U.S. Air Force Academy, so they'll be here. Grand Canyon University will be here, and I believe they might be the national champions from last year. You've got Missouri University of Science and Technology. They'll be here. University of New Hampshire, Ohio State University, or as they like to be called, the Ohio State University. Temple University, University of Central Florida, and the University of Wisconsin Lacrosse. Those are all the Division II teams that qualified through their regional events last weekend, and they're coming to Alton. So the road to Alton it's warming up. We're going to have some traffic on it, and then we will know the Division I teams after this weekend. They're playing their regional events this weekend. So come Sunday night, Monday morning, we'll know the Division I teams that are coming.
This is exciting, man.
It's very exciting,
and too, from a bigger standpoint, just from a non-sports standpoint, when you're bringing in all these individuals from around the country, you're getting to experience Alton, too, in the RiverBend community.
I literally got goosebumps a few weeks ago when the NCBA posted something on Facebook, and they hashtagged it Road to Alton.
That's cool.
How cool is that? This is a great event for our community. Over the 2 weeks at the Division II and Division I's going on, that's said to be a $1.3 million economic impact to our community that's not coming here now, but now it is, and with hotel rooms that the teams will stay in, their family and their friends will stay in hotels. They're all going to go out to eat, experience the whole RiverBend area, from downtown Alton up the River Road to Grafton. And I tell you, us local people know what a beautiful drive it is from Alton up to Grafton, and I just can't wait to show that off to people that are visiting us, and it's just amazing.
Well, and I have no doubt, too, after the tournament, there's a good chance they're going to come back and just vacation in the summer or go, hey, man, why don't we go back to Alton for a weekend, I mean, all those things that you guys are really aiding to, it's got to be really cool to be in that position to go, we're helping the local economy.
Right. Alton's been home to me now for 2.5 years. It seems like a lot longer than that just because of just how home this has become over the last 2 years. And it's a community, it's an area that we can be proud of. And we have a lot of things going here, and we like to show it off and to get these people to come over the next couple weeks when 95% of them probably didn't have Alton, Illinois on their radar until now. It's good to have those folks come in, so we're excited about it.
Absolutely. And how can we get tickets for the World Series for both divisions?
The tickets will be all sold at the door, so at the gate. So when you get there, I think they'll have an option to buy individual tickets, and then also a pass for the tournament. So it's a lot to look forward to, the local support, and I'm not going to name them all, but several bars and restaurants from Alton up to Grafton have been huge supporters of this, and getting the local business community support for events like this is very important, and it helps us have an opportunity to nail this down for many years to come.
Well, and I think you're right, because it's one of those things like, the River Dragons NCBA, all that goes hand in hand, because the more we support it, we kind of band together and just realize how great this is. it adds to that long legacy that you guys could have here right in the 618. I mean, you can't beat it.
Yeah, it's been unbelievable. You know, it's I still remember getting set for our very first game in franchise history in 2021 using shop vacs to suck water off the field. So in fact, a few of us had a good laugh about that a few days ago. We don't have to worry about that now, of course, but with the artificial surface. But that seems like it was just yesterday. And to sit here thinking that we've played 2 seasons already, had tremendous success on and off the field both of those seasons. Obviously, last year getting all the way to the championship
Western
series.
Conference champs still hanging on the wall.
And we plan on to getting you another pennant here at the end of this season. It has some different verbiage on there, so something that leaves the Western Conference part out, but something else. But you know, it's just been unbelievable, the support that we've had since day one. That support from sponsorships to our fans has been key in getting us to where we're at today.
Well, absolutely. And with that being said, too, we were talking yesterday about how many players you're getting on the team, some great quality coming in this season, but the fact that you got host families for each player, don't have to worry about that. I mean, that's really cool too.
Yeah, we're sitting really good with host families. We were looking for a couple towards the beginning of this week, and we were able to get a couple host families. We have all of our players that need a host family with a host family. Some of our host families are taking 2 and 3 players, and that's just, it's like I said, it's a team effort, from host families to our coaching staff, to our players, to our fans, to our intern staff. And it's just, it takes everybody.
Absolutely. And I wanted to mention too, you guys can meet the players of the River Dragons May the 31st, right over there at Cat Daddy's.
Yep, we're real excited about that. It's always a blast. It's a great time. Yeah, Porch Cafe, a great band here from the area. They're going to play, and they're going to have a special guest. And I don't know if I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag, but they're going to have a special guest with them, singing, performing on stage with them that nobody wants to miss.
Tease.
All right. Yes.
Tease.
So, I saw a rehearsal video that I don't know if I should have seen it or not, but it landed in my inbox. So I watched it, and I was very pleasantly surprised. And this is going to be a blast. So yeah, Cat Daddies. I think we get things started about 4:30, and we've got the band that'll be there. We'll have all kinds of drinks. We'll have merchandise, including Western Conference Championship shirts to buy.
Cool.
It's going to be fun, and we're looking forward to that night. And hats off to Judy over at Cat Daddies.
She's the best.
Thinking up that event. It was her idea when we first got started, and I'm like, sure, why not? We had, I don't know, the first time before 2021 and that season, I think we maybe had 100 people or so. We were brand new. Nobody really heard of us or knew what we were. Then 2022, there was at least 2 or 3 times that down there, and I'm expecting a big crowd this year. So it'll be fun.
Go. That's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
And I also wanted to mention before we take a quick break here that I've seen a lot of the merchandise and a lot of jerseys and things going out online. Is that just something we go to your Facebook page on and see what we like and give it a purchase?
Yeah, you can buy it online. It's also everything's available in downtown Alton here at Funky Cards and Collectibles on 3rd Street, and they've done a good job with our merchandise, and it's available anytime there, and they open up about 4:30 daily, and then on the weekends in the morning. But they've got a whole bunch of merchandise down there. In fact, we're going to probably get those Western Conference Championship T-shirts down there this afternoon for them to start selling there. But they've been a great partner in helping us get merch out, and of course, merch will be available at the ball games as well. So fun stuff.
And there you go. And by the way, do you want a carpool on Wednesday?
Yeah, we can maybe do that. Yeah,
there we go. With that being said, we'll take a quick break here. Dallas isn't going anywhere. We're going to talk to the new manager for the River Dragons.
Yeah, Scotty Scott. Excited to get him here in town, and excited to have the conversation with him here in just a few minutes.
We'll take a quick break. It's 10:40 on this 10th AMA. Dallas Smarts. And the new manager joins us next.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
Is it time to buy, sell, or even time to consider a short sale of your property? Meet Lisa Webb, owner of 3rd Street Realty. This local, women-owned, family-operated realty group has over a decade of experience in foreclosures, first-time home buying, and so much more. 3rd Street Realty prides themselves on holding your hand through the entire process. Let their expertise guide you to your dream home. Visit 3rdstrealty.com and start your journey with Lisa Webb today.
The operation is the head dead yet. And all the boys in the newsroom gotta run and bet. Get the widow on the set. We need dirty laundry.
10:42. We're moving today, Dallas. Look at that.
It's good for you.
See, you're speaking about Porch Cafe. Every time I hear Dirty Laundry, I think of Lenny and Porch Cafe playing this song.
Yeah, they're talented, man. If you haven't seen this band, you got to get out there. I'll say it. They're the best band in the area. They've got so many musical gifts in that band. It's pretty incredible.
See him on May 31st at Cat Daddy's with the River Dragons. But on the line now, the new manager for the River Dragons, Dallas. I'll have you do the introduction, man.
All right, well, here's Scotty Scott. I tell you,
I appreciate it.
Yeah, real excited to have Scotty joining us as our field manager this year. I'll let him talk a little bit more about his playing career, but had an absolutely amazing collegiate career at the University of Hawaii, and I'm super glad that we connected and bringing this guy in as our coach for 2023 and hopefully beyond if it works out. And Scotty, welcome aboard. We're proud to have you as our next head coach.
Thank you. I'm more than excited to be there in Alton, and thanks again for having me on today and getting more connected with the community of Alton. That's one thing I can't wait for, a community that loves baseball and great baseball fans out there. So I'm excited to be there.
Yep. We'll talk more about this in a minute, but you're a Houston, Texas guy like myself. We'll talk more about that in a minute. But talk to us a little bit about your career at the University of Hawaii and what it was like to go from Texas all the way out to Hawaii and play college baseball at some of the highest levels possible.
Yeah, I mean, it was, one of the best decisions I've ever made to pick up and, move 39,000 or 3,900 miles from home and experience something completely different than Northwest Houston, Texas, Cypress, Texas, where I was born and raised. And, we had the opportunity out there to play schools from every Power 5 conference, SEC, Big Ten. We played at Ohio State, at Vanderbilt, at Arizona State, and, got to play against some of the best competition and experience, what that professional level, that collegiate level of competition's like. And now the great part about it is hopefully I can transfer my experiences to our players and lead us to a championship.
I know. What was it like to be at Hawaii and then the road trips? I mean, it's not like you jump on a bus and drive for 3 or 4 hours. I mean, these are pretty major trips back to the mainland. And talk to us about what the travel schedule would be like. It's got to be a lot different than any other school.
It is, it's kind of a consensus. No one tries to argue that it's the toughest travel schedule in the country, but it's just some adversity you get to experience with your teammates and your coaches, and you really get to bond over it. I know Daniel K. Inouye Airport, or H&L, like the back of my hand now. We make 6 or 7 travel trips a year back and forth from the mainland, and what that usually looks like is a plane flight on Tuesday or Wednesday, and then you get into California or, say, Nashville if you're playing Vanderbilt. Late Wednesday and practice Thursday, play Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and fly back the next Tuesday. So every Tuesday you're on a plane, either flying east or flying west over the Pacific. But, like I said, you can choose to complain about it or kind of embrace that experience with a group of guys that all have a common goal.
Yep.
So real quick, so you're ready for the bus trips this season is what you're saying. You're prepared, huh?
Sign me up. Yeah. And you don't fly. We flew commercial Hawaiian Airlines, right? And they're a great airline, but they don't fly you to the ballpark.
Right.
So you take a bus to the airport and then you fly to LAX or San Diego. And then, sometimes you're busing to San Luis Obispo where you play Cal Poly for 4 hours, or you're busing to Riverside through the Los Angeles traffic for 4 hours. So, we spent time on bus and plane and rental car and you name it.
Very nice. Talk to us a little bit about the roster. I know we've been working on this a lot over the offseason. Talk to us. We have some of the local talent that we've had here in the past with Blake Burris and Adam Stiltz and Bryce Zupan, and you got Eric Brockmeyer, who had the big walk-off grand slam to send us to the championship series last year. But talk to us about some of our new guys and the talent that you're bringing in.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting roster, and it's a great blend of, like you said, local talent, like guys like Adam, Blake, Eric, Bryce, and then we're going to have guys from across the country. We're going to have another outfielder from St. Leo, who's really good kid, Dylan Mass. That's in Florida, and then we've got a starting pitcher from East Carolina, Hawaii, the West Coast, you name it. We're going to have, players from across the country and that cover all corners of the country. And so it's going to be a nice blend of talent as well as players geographically coming to play in Alton in the center of the country. So it's I'm very excited for this roster and these guys to get together and compete.
Well, and let me jump in here too and ask you from a different perspective. It seems like the River Dragons and Dallas and I have talked about this. The community support, the fan support is really there with this team in the Prospect League. That's got to be exciting to come into as a coach leading the team on the field, knowing that you have a very nice fan base ready to get behind you.
And you're exactly right. I've heard nothing but great things about this Alton community and the River Dragon fan base. And, the area in general, they're dedicated baseball fans who are just thirsty for baseball and love summer baseball. And so that's it's really nice to have all our guys from across the country be able to experience that Alton experience. The guys that aren't local and who've never had that before, they get to come play, in front of a nice sized crowd and a fan base that really knows baseball and loves baseball.
Yeah, absolutely. And I hate to put you on the spot here with your boss in the studio with me, but what's your goal this season? I know that one's obviously, bringing home a pennant and chasing that championship, but do you have any goals in mind that you just set for yourself?
Yeah, the goal I have for myself is to really just dominate every minute that we're there. So, from the report date, we have a few practices before season starts, and we're just going to dominate every minute of practice, 1 minute at a time. And then, when that first pitch happens on opening day, striker, ball, out or safe, you dominate the next pitch. And you just kind of go through that thing one pitch at a time and really focus on our preparation and our competitiveness. And, that's whatever happens at the end of the season, that's what's going to happen. You can't really control that. But what you can control is dominating one pitch at a time and being as prepared as you can be and really focusing on what you can control.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Dallas, what are your thoughts? I mean, this is, to step into this role, you had a great manager the first two seasons and having Scotty came over and, take the reins in this, that's not an easy decision for you to make. How confident are you with this move?
Oh, I'm extremely confident. I've been a firm believer, and I said this since day one, and I've actually said this almost my whole life. The right people are going to be around you at the right moment.
Yep.
And the first 2 years, the right thing to have around us was Daryl Handelsman, and he put in 2 great years, and it wasn't an easy decision for him to choose not to come here, but he did it for, he made a decision for his family to be able to coach at a place that he's got a history at up in Waterloo, Iowa, and he's only 3 hours away from his teenage sons who play baseball instead of 10 hours. So it made sense. And then, I think I got a LinkedIn message from Scotty, and we're actually kind of talk about this for a minute, but Scotty and I basically grew up in the same neighborhood.
No way.
Now at much different times, back when we had black and white TVs when I was growing up. No, I'm kidding. We had color. But no, Scotty's, I do have to say his high school didn't exist when I was in high school. But if it did, I mean, Langham Creek, which is where I went, and it was Cy Ranch was where Scotty went. Those two borders, I think their borders touch, don't they, as far as...
Correct.
Yeah.
They sure do.
So I'm going to get Scotty some Langham Creek Lobo stuff from Houston to wear, and because I'm sure he'll enjoy that. But so there'll be some little friendly rivalry here between the two of us as far as high schools go.
So I could have asked, were the Colt 45 jerseys still on the Houston players?
Not officially, but not quite that long ago. But no, the connection that Scotty and I've been able to form, just kind of being from the same area, has been pretty neat. And I know our pitching coach is from another school in the district, and we've actually got a pitcher, Alex Renfro, who's coming. He went to Cy Ranch as well, where Scotty went. He's obviously younger than Scotty, but the neat thing about Alex Renfro for me is his grandfather was my high school assistant principal back in the day. So, and his grandfather actually gave me detention one time. So Alex and I might have to have a conversation about that. But
that would be great.
But yeah, so those are some neat connections to my hometown, and I'm excited to get Scotty here and get 2023 rolling for sure.
Absolutely. And hey, Scotty, while we have you, what's your message for the fans of the River Dragons, the community of Alton here at 10:52 this morning for your tenure here with the River Dragons ahead of the season?
I just want to say thank you, and how appreciative I am, and let you guys know that the River Dragons are in great hands with Dallas Martz as the general manager. Everything that he's provided me, with all the assistance. He's a phone call away, text message away, 24/7, and always on top of things. And the organization's in a great spot. The roster's looking good, but just want you guys to come out and support us, because we're here for you guys, the fans of Alton, the great baseball fans of Alton, and ready to play some good baseball this summer.
And too, with so many great incentives to get us out to really support the team too. And Scotty, just hearing you and Dallas talk, the chemistry with you guys is obviously there, and that's going to translate, I think, on the field with success this season too.
Yeah, I think it will too. June 2nd or June 1st is our first game of the season. That's over in O'Fallon, so just across the river. But we're real excited for that June 2nd date, our home opener on a Friday. It should be a great time. It's a Friday night. We'll have post-game fireworks. Before the game, we're going to have a pregame ceremony and hang the Western Conference Championship banner from last year. So that'll be real neat and recognize some of the accomplishments, and then get this 2023 show on the road.
They asked me to sing the national anthem. I know. With that being said, Dallas, Scotty, I'm really excited for this River Dragons season, and the best of luck to you guys. Dallas, you definitely put the work in, and with NCBA and with the season starting, the best of luck. And Scotty, hey, bring home a winner and a championship this season.
Thank you. Will do. I just one more thing for the River Dragons fans. I want to set a prospect league record for sellouts, and we'll give you something to sell out. How about that? So that's what I'm going for. Let's get some sellouts. Let's get some fans in the stands, and like the great fans that they are, and looking forward to a really good season. Thank you again for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely. And Dallas, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. You guys are welcome on anytime this season.
I appreciate that. I appreciate having us this morning.
10:54, a little bit of change on this 10th day of May in downtown Alton. A quick break, our daily show. We wrap it up after this.